Hari Om. Let us start the class. Put Namaskar Mudra. Close your eyes. Relax. Let us chant Omkara 3 times. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Let us pay our respects to Patanjali Maharshi. Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacha Malam Sharirasya Cha Vaidyakena Yopakarotam Pravaram Munina Patanjalim Pranjalim Anatosmi Nityam. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. A very warm welcome to this week's Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Today we are going to discuss Sutra number 1.3. We are studying Patanjali Yoga Sutra. We are all students, especially myself. I am a student of Vedanta and yoga and other things related to that. I don't consider myself as a guru or jnani or a pandita. I am studying, and as part of my study, I am teaching. If there are any mistakes, please forgive me. So let us see. We have completed 2 sutras in Patanjali Yoga Sutra. We are studying Patanjali Yoga Sutra along with Vyasa Bhashya. So today we are going to see the 3rd sutra. We are going to see the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Sutra number 3. 1st chapter, Sutra number 3. Let us see that. Let me share my screen. Okay, I hope you can see my screen. Today we are going to study Sutra number 3, chapter 1, 1.3, Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So we are studying with the help of Vyasa Bhashya on Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So Avataranika, which is like a connection between Sutra and Sutra, which is like a, what do you say, before you start anything, you give some kind of a small comment before we start the sutra. That is called Avataranika. Just before we start that. So Vyasa says, Tadavaste chetasi vishaya abhavat buddhi bodhatma purushaha kim swabhava iti. Meaning, we discussed in the previous sutra that yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga means the mind, the chitta will be in nirodha sthiti, niruddha avastha, which is asampragnata samadhi. So asampragnata as well as sampragnata samadhi also is part of yoga. So chitta, which is the mind, which is in niruddha avastha, complete cessation of mental activity. Because in this niruddha avastha, the Vishaya means the object-based knowledge and the contact with the Vishayas, with the objects, are absent in niruddha avastha. Then in that avastha, in that niruddha samadhi, in that asampragnata samadhi or sampragnata samadhi, what is the nature of the Purusha, who is the cognizer of the mind? If everything is absent, what is the nature of the Purusha? To explain this point, Sutra number 1.3 is told. So this is the connection. Avataranika is the connection between different sutras. So in the niruddha state, the chitta, which is in the niruddha state, when all the object-based knowledge is absent, what will be the nature of Purusha, who is the cognizer of mind? So to explain this, Sutra number 1.3 is told. So let us see Sutra number 1.3. Sutra number 1.3, Tadha Drashtu Swarupe Avasthanam. Let us repeat it 5 times. Repeat after me. Tada Drashtu Swarupe Avasthanam. 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 Okay. So what does this mean? 2 kinds of meanings can be given to this. One meaning, if you take Tada Drashtu Swarupe Avasthanam as the Purusha, which is in the Niruddha state, Niruddha Samadhi, it will be situated in the Swarupa of Drashtu. That is one way you can understand this. So Sanskrit, you can break it up in whichever way you want. The Swarupa of Drashtu, the Purusha will be situated in. Avasthanam is situated in. So with that, the meaning will become, if you take the Drashtu as the Paramatma or the God or witness of Purusha, then the Sutra meaning becomes the Purusha, which is in the yoga sthiti, Niruddha state, will be situated in the Swarupa of Drashtuhu. Drashtuhu is the Paramatma or witness of Purusha or Sarvasakshi. Or the second meaning you can take is the Purusha in the Niruddha state, which is the Drashtu, will be situated in its own state, in its own nature. Drashtu avasthanam swarupa, Drashtu swarupe avasthanam. The Purusha in the Niruddha state will be situated in its own Drashtu swarupa, in its own self, in its own witness consciousness. So these are the 2 meanings which you can get out of this statement. One is the Purusha is different, Drashtu is different. Drashtu is Paramatma, God, and the Purusha is situated in Paramatma sthiti. Or the second meaning is the Purusha and the Drashtu both are same, and Purusha is the Drashtu, and Purusha, the Drashtu, is situated in its own Swarupa. This is the meaning which you can take out of this. So what is Vyasa's Bhashyams? Let us see. Before that, we'll see Maharshi Dayanand's comment. when the chitta, mind, is turned away from the worldly materialistic viewpoint, it becomes one-pointed and focused on Parameshwara, and the Jivatma Purusha will be situated in the nature of Paramatma. This is the first meaning he has taken. So the Jivatma, which is the Purusha, will be established in the absorption of, in the Paramatmas, in the abode of Paramatma. So this is a dualistic bhakti point of view he has taken. So what is Vyasa's point of view? Let us see. As per Vyasa Bhashya, Swarupa Pratishta Tadanim Chiti Shaktir Yadha Kaivalye. What Vyasa says is, the Purusha, he has taken the second meaning. The Purusha, when the Chitta is in Niruddha state, Asamprajnata Samadhi, cessation of all thought currents, is situated in its own nature. And situated in what is similar to Yadha Kaivalya, means similar to Kaivalya or Moksha or liberation. So Kaivalya or Moksha or liberation, both, all the three meanings same. The Purusha, which is you, me, and everyone, when our mind is in Niruddha state, Asamprajnata Samadhi, that means cessation of all thought currents with respect to Vishayas, it is situated in its own nature. Swarupa Pratishta, in your own nature, in your own self-same nature, and this is similar to Kaivalya. This is similar to Kaivalya. Kaivalya means moksha or liberation. Okay. So what does this mean? I will explain further. There is another commentator called Bhoja Raja. You must have heard about Raja Bhoj. Bhoja Raja has written a vritti on Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So as per Bhoja vritti, on the same sutra, it is mentioned, when in Niruddha Avastha, Purusha is situated in its own Chetana or nature or itself. Because of the emergence of the discrimination between Purusha and Prakriti. What is now the Purusha is clear. Viveka Khyati. What is a Viveka Khyati? Viveka Khyati means one is clearly understanding the difference between Purusha and Prakriti. What is Purusha and what is Prakriti? That is spirit and matter. In Niruddha Avastha, it becomes very clear that I am spirit, I am not matter. Spirit and matter are separated. That is called Viveka Khyati. I mean, in the Samprajnata Samadhi, Viveka Khyati appears. So, Purusha and Prakriti, one gets a clear distinction. Then the Purusha is free from modifications of Prakriti, the problems of Prakriti. And Purusha does not take the form of the Vishaya, object form. And the Purusha is situated in its own self, Chetana or spirit form. He has also taken the viewpoint of Vyasa Maharshi, Vyasa, and the meaning too he has taken. That is, in Niruddha Avastha, Purusha is situated in its own self, in its own nature. That means when you reach the Niruddha Avastha, you, the Purusha, will be situated in your own self, in your own nature. That is the meaning as per Bhoja vritti. So let us see further explanation on this. So there are certain terms which we have to understand. Niruddha Samadhi, Niruddha state, which is Asamprajnata Samadhi. Contact with Vishaya is broken. What is Vishaya? The object-based knowledge. contacts between sensory objects and sensory objects and sensory organs. The Vishaya is broken. Vishaya means objects, sensory objects, contact with sensory perceiving organs. That is broken, and it is a temporary state. As long as the Purusha, which is you, is in Samadhi. Close your eyes, turn inwards, and take yourself in. Then you are in Niruddhavastha. That is Asamprajnata Samadhi is temporary. It is like Kaivalya, which is the moksha state. Moksha state we can think about as a final liberation when we drop the body and get established in the final liberation. Then you are eternally in the Asamprajnata Samadhi, to speak in a literal sense. That means you are in a spirit mode. That is called moksha or kaivalya. In the case of Asamprajnata Samadhi, because you are practicing it and you are going into the Samadhi and coming back, when you are going into the Samadhi, when you are in the time period in which you are in the Asamprajnata Samadhi, that it is dependent on time. That means after some time you will come out of Asamprajnata Samadhi. You cannot stay permanently in Asamprajnata Samadhi. Otherwise, it will not be possible to do your bodily maintenance also. So Asamprajnata Samadhi is a temporary state. It is like Kaivalya, which is the final moksha state. In Niruddha state, Purusha is not in contact with Chitta. Not in contact with Chitta means, where is Chitta? Chitta, with the help of Chitta only, you are doing all these practices. So, Chitta has become pure. You have to think of it like that. Chitta has become pure and not delving in worldly matters. So, this you have to very clearly understand. The Chitta, which is the mind, if it is attracted to the worldly attractions, then you are in Viyog. If it is attracted to the divine, higher, nobler ideals and Samadhi and Yoga, if it is single point and focused on God, then it is in Yoga. So, Purusha is not in contact with Chitta in Niruddha state. Vyuthana is another word. Vyuthana is the time period when you are not in Samadhi. When you are not in Asamprajnata Samadhi or Samprajnata Samadhi. Vyuthana is getting up from Samadhi. I mean, getting out of Samadhi and coming into the normal conscious state. So that is called Vyuthana. When the Samadhi is stopped or broken, the Purusha is said to be in Vyuthana state. In Vyuthana state, which is your normal state where you are interacting in the world, the Vishayas are back in the mind. That means the world is back. But your habit patterns get weakened. Okay? So the more time you go into Samadhi, spend more time in Samadhi and come back, you become a better and better person. Your mind will become Shuddhi, Chitta Shuddhi happens and habit patterns get weakened. When you are in Samadhi, you are not bothered with the worldly matters. But when you're in the Vyuthana state where you are interacting with the world after Samadhi, you have to get up and you interact in the world is back. The problems are back. Then, let us say, day one, the problem is 100%. You keep on practicing Samadhi, go more and more yoga, Samadhi you are practicing. Your botheration will come less and less. It does not mean the external factors will stop. External factors will be there, but your reaction or the response will be different. you will be more like a detached person. Your habit patterns will get weakened. Even though you have the same external event and external situation, the way you handle it will become better. Further explanation. Purusha is defined as changeless, deathless, unpolluted, and pure witness and untouched in Vyasa commentary on Sutra 1.2, which we saw earlier. If you remember, Purusha is defined as changeless, deathless, unpolluted, pure, witness, and untouched. This is your real state. Therefore, because it is changeless, Purusha is same in Samadhi and Vyuthana. There is no change in Purusha. Purusha is same even in Asamprajnata Samadhi and Vyuthana. Whether you are in Samadhi or you are interacting with the world, there is no change in Purusha. Purusha is same. Purusha is changeless, deathless, unpolluted, pure, witness, and untouched. There is no change in Purusha. However, in Samadhi, Purusha experiences itself, and in Vyuthana, Purusha experiences the world and its problems as shown by mind. So, you can think of it in Vyuthana, Purusha is in contact with Prakriti, which is mind and the world, and hence knows the world. In Samadhi, Purusha experiences only its own nature, which is changeless, deathless, unpolluted, pure, witness, and untouched. Purusha does not change. Nothing gets added to Purusha, nothing gets subtracted from Purusha. Only its experience changes. Now, contrast this with Advaita position that Atma is neither Karta, Bhokta, or Jnata. Okay? So, even this experience part, you have to take it with a pinch of salt when it comes to Advaita position. There is no change in Purusha whatsoever in Advaita. So, what you have to understand is there is no change in Purusha. Purusha does not change, only its experience changes. So, can we sit all the time in Samadhi? No, we cannot sit all the time in Samadhi. We have to come out of Samadhi. We have to be in Vyuthana state sometimes and Samadhi state sometimes. So, Samadhi is like a escape mechanism as per yoga philosophy. That's what I see. Okay. I'm not sure about that, but I'm passing a comment just like that. In Sankhya Sutra, there is a sutra which says, Samadhi Sushupti Moksheshu Brahmarupata, meaning in Samadhi and in Sushupti and in Moksha, in three things, one will be in Brahmarupa. Brahmarupa means situated in the nature of Brahman or Brahman-like. Samadhi we already discussed. Samadhi is you practice yoga, focus, single-pointed, and you reduce your thought patterns and you enter into Samadhi. You are in a thoughtless state. Or thoughtless means it's not like a completely blank state, but no thoughts about world and worldly matters. And in Sushupti, which is like a deep sleep, also you are without any thoughts. There also you enjoy bliss. Difference between Samadhi and Sushupti is, Sushupti, you go into deep sleep, you are not aware. But in Samadhi, you are entering into a deep peace, knowingly with awareness. So awareness is there, but disturbances are not there in samadhi. In sushupti, disturbances are not there in sushupti, but awareness is not there. In case of moksha, it is a permanent state, permanent destination of the jiva, where it is firmly established in Brahman life or in the situated in the nature of Brahman. In all these three states, Purusha is free from the problems of the world. So our problem of the world comes only in the waking state. So in the waking state, you have to find a solution. So that's where Gita and all comes into picture. How to handle the waking state, how to handle the stress and agitations in the waking state. One has to carefully understand and do that. If you practice samadhi, it is good. You go into samadhi, but again there will be a vyuttana. And when you come back into vyuttana, you have to again deal with the world. So it is better to learn how to deal with the world rather than samadhi is good. Your habit patterns will get weakened and you become purer and purer. And you get a glimpse of peace which you can experience in moksha. But it is better to follow this method prescribed in Bhagavad Gita, where it is told how your viewpoint regarding the world can be changed and how you deal with the world in a better way. Okay, so samadhi is helpful, yoga samadhi is helpful, where for a temporary period of time you are free from the problems of the world. So let us do a meditation and let us do this meditation. Close your eyes. This has nothing to do with Yoga Sutra, of course. I am teaching one meditation per week. Different meditations every week. I'll teach different things. This meditations has nothing to do with Yoga Sutra. These are just like that we are practicing. Okay. So close your eyes. Relax. Sit comfortably, relaxedly. Relaxedly breathe. Relax, breathe. Relax, relax, relax. Relax your body. Relax your mind. Relax your eyebrow center. Relax. Gentle breathing. Relaxed breathing. Close your eyes. Keep your eyes closed. Relax. Now, as you know, you have a physical body, which is the gross body. You can see 2 eyes, 2 hands, 2 legs, you know, your physical body. You also have a mental component. You have a mind, which is the mental body. You have a mental body. Now you see, where is the mental body? There is a mental body and there is a physical body. Are they two aligned? See that. Where are you located? Are you located inside the body? Are you located outside the body? Or are you located partly inside or partly outside? Somewhere. You are located partly inside, partly outside. Now align your mental body exactly with the boundaries of the physical body. Bring back the mind and be situated in the body exactly with the same boundaries as the physical body. Align your mental eyes with your physical eyes. Align your mental head with the physical head. Align your mental hands with the physical hands. Align your mental trunk with the physical trunk. Align your mental legs with the physical legs. Bring yourself into the body. Be situated in the boundaries of the body. Become aware of the body. Be situated in the boundaries of the body. Your mental eyes are exactly situated, aligned with the physical eyes. You are entirely one with the body. Now you see the mind. Are there thoughts in the mind? When you are aligned the mental body with the physical body, are there thoughts in the mind? Now let go for some time. Release. This is with effort, right? So just relax, sit like that. Just like that, sit. Now see the mental body and the physical body are unaligned. You are somewhere slightly misaligned. Mental body is outside, slightly outside of your head. Somewhere, mind is somewhere. You let it be like that for some time. Relax and be. Then mind starts moving here and there. You see how it becomes agitated and all. Again, bring it back into alignment with the body. Coincide mental eyes with the physical eyes. Mental head with the physical head. Mental shoulders with physical shoulders. Mental hands with physical hands. Mental legs with physical legs. Mental trunk with physical trunk. Coincide and see what happened to your mind. Are there thoughts in the mind or is it peaceful? Are there any thoughts in the mind apart from awareness? Okay. Open your eyes. Okay. If you have any questions, you can ask. How is the meditation? Did you understand?
Meditation is nice.
Okay.
Silent, peaceful.
Okay.
Pretty refreshing as always.
Huh?
It felt very refreshing as always.
Yeah. Any questions on today's topic?
Prasadji, just one small observation, if I may. The two meanings which you mentioned, the first one about drashtu, or where we are interpreting it as the Purusha being aligned with Paramatma. And the second one being Purusha being aligned with its own witness consciousness.
Correct.
So, to me, it looks like something very similar to our Hindu philosophies of duality, wherein we like to see ourselves face to face with Paramatma or our creator. And second one, wherein we like to be completely absorbed in our own state, which is very similar, or an image of, or not just any image, or something like singularity rather than the dual one. So, am I thinking in the right direction, or are there any other thoughts by other experts or rishis on this?
No. See, don't think duality and non-duality here. This is yoga philosophy. Yoga philosophy is a dualistic school. Okay, it is not a non-dualistic school. Okay, in yoga philosophy, don't bring Advaita. Okay, you have to learn it in the context of yoga philosophy. Yoga philosophy is a Patanjali yoga is a offshoot of Sankhya system. Okay, in Sankhya system there is no God. Okay, there is Purusha and Prakriti. You are a Purusha, I am a Purusha. Everybody are Purushas only. Okay, they are spark of consciousness. Okay, whereas in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Patanjali system, there is a mention of God. The difference between Patanjali system and Sankhya system is, in Patanjali system, Ishvara is mentioned. Okay, so this is not, don't merge it with Advaita. Okay, you have to forget about Advaita for some time. Okay, so when you are studying Patanjali Yoga Sutra, it is a dualistic system. It is through your own effort you do meditation and all, and you get established in your own self nature. Basically, Purusha and Prakriti has to be separated. At the end, Patanjali system is a dualistic system. Okay, there is Purusha and there is Prakriti. Purusha and Prakriti has to be separated. Okay, now meaning 1 and meaning 2, there is not much to choose from in this system. It is good if you bring in God into picture, and is it sufficient if I am situated in my own self, or I do upasana of God? It is a personal choice. Okay. In later sutras, it is mentioned that Ishvara will be brought into picture, and a sadhaka can take the help of Ishvara in attaining samadhi. Okay. So don't, as long as you are studying Patanjali Yoga Sutra, forget about Advaita. Okay.
Thank you, and forgive me for the confusions.
No. It's not confusion. It is what we have to understand. When you study Advaita, you have to study Advaita in its proper context. Okay. Okay, let us close the session. Put Namaskar Mudra. Close your eyes. Repeat after me. Asato ma sadgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma amrutam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Keep your hands in blessing posture. Bless the world, bless the universe. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you very much. See you next weekend.